Hey people, see, when I see certain things on the net, I use it or I use them to make my analysis. So I want to talk about Tiwa Savage and his ex-husband, Teebillz. Listen to me. The reason they separated was because of lack of understanding on both sides of the aisle. You see, whenever a man begins to complain that somebody somewhere is calling the wife, blah blah blah, like TB stated vividly that Wizkid used to call his girlfriend Tiwa most times, that each time the call came in, that Tiwa will leave the sitting room or wherever they are sitting together and went to the bathroom to speak for hours in the presence of Teebillz. So at that material time, Tiwa had taken all the love or shifted all the love for his husband to Wizkid, who was her friend at the material time. So Teebillz was not comfortable with the arrangement because Tiwa was the person making the money. Teebillz was busy complaining, whining. Listen to me. If you want to be with a woman comfortably where you want to enjoy a marriage, you must be the person bringing money to the table. Even though your wife is doing well, you must make sure you bring the larger portion of the stuff to the table. Otherwise, the woman wouldn't respect you. So I used to hear that Teebillz was former manager, or he used to assist Tiwa promote her shows, her music, what have you. But along the line, there was a decline on the side of Teebillz. But Tiwa was on the top and started making money and started mingling with other successful musicians like Flavor, Wizkid, Davido, and what have you. At the end of the day, Tiwa Savage had the audacity to be picking calls in his presence. That was one of the reasons why they separated and even divorced. Now she became the girlfriend to Wizkid, and Wizkid was with her, shining the Congo, shining the Bekos, until they separated again. That was why Tiwa came to the Fugle and said that she wouldn't befriend any person much younger than she is. That anybody that is younger than she should discontinue going after her or sending her DMs or doing this or that, because she has understood that mingling with much younger people wouldn't save her from the face of these blemishes and skirmishes that are hovering all over the space. But what I'm trying to tell you is this: if Teebillz wants to move on, he has to move on. If he keeps complaining that Tiwa sabotaged their marriage, that Tiwa disappointed him, he'll be wasting his time. The more he says it, the more he falls in love. Do not ask why a woman is doing so thing. A woman should not ask why a man should do so thing. You don't do that. Do what you want to do yourself and move on. We came to this world individually, and we're gonna go individually. If you start bothering yourself, what's the woman talking to? Who is the woman talking to? Who is he mingling with? That was what caused it. He was busy trying to know what Tiwa was doing. When he discovered that he was a girlfriend to Wizkid, and Wizkid is a very successful artist. At the same time, Teebillz was not doing well. The pocket was right. The focus was wanting to get some money. Have you seen it? But if he had been like Don Jazzy, I wouldn't think Tiwa would have divorced him. So Tiwa has seen that they're no longer in the same class. That was the reason why they separated. If not, they had a child, they should have stayed together to train that child. But she had to go because the love was no longer there. So these are an eye-opener to other people who keep falling in love. If you want to fall in love, you have to be careful. So based on what I observed over the years, Teebillz was much more in love than Tiwa was to him. So Tiwa saw that the guy was not doing well, At the end of the day, Wizkid, Don Jazzy, Flavor, Davido, and what have you, we are all doing well. But one person wasn't doing well. He began to look outside the perimeter of the marriage. That was one of the reasons why the whole thing crumbled and shattered. So if you want to fall in love, you have to be extremely careful whom you're falling in love with. You must make sure you are par before you fall in love. If Teebillz had been like Don Jazzy, I bet you Tiwa wouldn't have divorced him. Because Tiwa has seen that his contemporaries were doing excellently well. As a matter of fact, she now began to say Teebillz as nobody. This is a very simple analysis. I'm talking from the spirit of understanding and from the spirit of somebody who has seen where people separated and divorced on mundane issues and what have you. So if I were Teebillz, I would go and work harder to make my own money so that you can date to live your life. You can't be whining day in, day out, complaining somebody who is not even thinking about you. Tiwa is not thinking about Teebillz. But Teebillz on a daily basis is complaining. She was picking calls from Wizkid. She was doing this or that. Our child, our this. No, yeah, what's your time? The more Teebillz asks about Tiwa, the more he falls in love. And the more Tiwa hates him. Because women do not want people that monitor them or come to stand in their way or ask too many funny questions. Go your way and go and hustle. That's the way to survive. This is my advice to Teebillz. If you keep complaining, Teebillz, you're going to find it tough. I stop here and have a good day.